Hello and welcome friends to the SMS animation channel. Today we are going to create a weapon crate in Blender. So let's start creating our weapon crate model, 3D model in Blender. First of all, I am going to select each and everything into the scene, which is camera, light and cube. Press A and then press X and delete everything. Then jump into the front view, press Shift A and select a cube over here. Okay, then G, Z and put it into the onto the grid. Now let's scale it, jump onto the top view, scaling to the x-axis, something like this. Okay, and then what I will do, just scale into the y-axis. Let's make it little bit something like this one. Okay, so you can see that we have almost created our basic model or or base of our weapon crate. Now press Ctrl A and apply the scale on that one, and let's jump into the edit mode. Press 3 and then G and Z, move it towards the Z axis lower. Okay, press 1 to see into the front view. Yes, it's look good. Now let's come out from over here, and on that we are going to apply one modifier which is called the bevel modifier on this one. Let's make it little bit zoom and increase the segment by 3, and let's make it little bit lower. Okay, almost like something, not that much. Yes, that's good. So you can see that it's look good. Now let's apply the shade smooth on this one, and also we are going to apply one more modifier on this one, which is the weighted normal. Jump over here and into the normal we are going to apply this smooth also. Now we are going to make a duplicate of this one, then press Shift and D and take it above. Then just select over here 8 snapping mode on, and then let's select this, press G, Z. Okay, then again press G and Z. So now it's properly settled on this one. Now let's jump into the, select this above object and jump into the edit mode. Now let's press G and Z, take a little bit above, something like this. Okay, so now let's see into the front view. Yes, it's good height. Now we want to select this face again and press Shift and D, then P and selection, come out and then select this one. Okay, it's good. Now jump into the edit mode again, press A, E and extrude, something like this, little bit almost like this one. Okay, it's good enough. Now let's apply some loop cut on over here and increase the loops over here and then leave it so we have equal shapes over there. Now what I need, just select all the loops one by one, press Alt, sorry, press Shift and Alt over here, Shift and Alt over here, and Shift and Alt over here, then Control B and bevel, and just make one, increase one loop in between them by scrolling your scroll button. Now what we want to do, just press 2 and select the center loop on the top part, and then use G and Z, something like this. Okay, now let's come out over here. So you can see that we have really very nice loop over here. So almost we have created our bottom, main part and top of the weapon crate. Now let's create something like these 4 parts are joined by some L ankle from over here. So for that we have to create that L ankle. So first of all, I am just going to select this, press tab, and then what we have to do, apply the loop cut over here, and let's press Ctrl V and let's make it something like, and make it a single. So okay, it's good. And let's same thing we have to do over here, Ctrl R, and let's take it something like over here, almost good, and then Ctrl R over here also. So let's take it something like over here. It's not should be most precisable, but it should be look like the same on the both side. Now what we have to do, just select the face selection mode on, select these two and press Shift and D. Okay, then make a selection different, P and selection is getting different now. Now what we want to, just coming over here, select this object first of all. Okay, and then jump over here, then Alt, select 2, Alt, then Shift and Alt, and let's remove these loops we apply already, then X and dissolve the edges because we don't need it, so we don't want to apply the extra, just we want to create that shape, that's why we have applied it over there. Come out over here, select this shape and jump into the edit mode, A, Alt and put along the faces, done. Then first of all we have to change the offset even, and then let's make it a little bit lower. Okay, and let's take a little bit something like, not much more, but something like this one. Okay, it's good. So now you can see that it's looking amazing. Now what we want to do, we want to just make the apply on the four corners of this main bag or main part of our body. So what we weapon crack, so what we want to do, guys, we have to apply the mirror modifier on this one. So let's apply the mirror modifier. Okay, good. So you can see that as we apply the mirror modifier, it's almost mirrored itself into the x-axis. Now we need onto the four corners, so we don't have to apply one more mirror modifier. What we will do, in the same mirror modifier, we are just going to click onto the y-axis also. So you can see that onto the four options we have this kind of output over here. So now we want to create some kind of bolts which are fixed on this one. With the help of that, the ankle will fix on this one. So for to create that bolt, let's jump over here, and what we can do, let's make it a little bit zoom, and press shift and S and apply the cursor to selected over there. Okay, first of all select this face. Okay, and press shift S and cursor to selected now. So now what we can do, press just come out, shift A and mash, and we have to apply the where it is my cylinder on this one. Then R, X and 90 degree we are, sorry, R, Y and 90 degree we have to rotate it. Let's come out over here S, and let's make it scale down into the not Z axis but into the X axis. So we are just going to make a little bit scale, then S and shift X. So it's going to be smaller like this one, almost like this. Okay, then again S, and let's make it a scale down, almost something like this. Okay, it's look good, you can see that. Now what we need, just press G and Z, take it a little bit inside, not Z but into the x-axis, G and x-axis, almost something like this. Okay, now what we want to do, we are just going to jump into the edit mode by selecting that and press 3, select this face. Let's come into the sideway and then extrude it. Okay, and then scale it down, something like this. Okay, and then again I and inside it, something like that. Okay, so you can see that we have the boat over there. Now make it a shade smooth again and jump over here, and it's on, sorry, just select this, right click and shade smooth, and also we have to auto smooth on this one. So you can see that we have a nice bolt over there. Let's take it little bit inside, G and X axis. Yes, so almost is going like this one, is good. So let's jump into the edit mode and let's select each and everything, and then G and Z. So we can place it something like over here, and then let's make it duplicate, shift D and took it into the Z axis, something like that one, almost like. Okay, now we have to select both of them. So just come and stay cursor over there and press L. So the whole object is getting selected. Then again press shift and D and leave it. Now what we want to do, R, and then which is a Z axis, and let's make a 90 degree. So you can see that it's getting rotated. Now let's take a G and Y axis. Let's come out from over here and see from the right view. Yes, it's going good. And let's come onto the front view now, or we can say the control 3. So almost like this one, or let's see that again. Okay, yes, it's good. So now we are going to that control 1 and then G and X axis. So let's move it something like over here and let's leave it. So you can see that we have adjusted both of them very nicely over there. Now what we want to do, we want to just apply this on the all the four parts over there. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to just shift as press and cursor to world origin, then select this object and go into the object property and set origin to the 3D cursor. So now we can make it mirror also. So now that object is selected, the bolts are selected, apply the mirror modifier on that one also. Now where is my mirror? Yes, let's apply the mirror. So first of all, we need to rotate into the, let's apply, remove this and let's apply the Y axis. So let's see, it's applied onto the already Y axis. Now apply the Z axis. So now you can see that. And why I am not choosing, because we have just rotated it that, so it's the normals are shifted. So that's why we have to choose the Y and Z. So you have to notice that what you are exactly doing. Now let's check once. We have just selected each and every object, jump over here and check the face orientation. If it is red, you have to flip the normal, but it's good modeling, so it's already blue, so there is no normal flipped or wrong. So we have, our modeling is really going good. So let's hide this, and almost we have done one part of our this. So almost our main body is ready. Now what we need, we want to create some kind of lock over here, and from other side it should be open, so we need two hinges over there. So let's come into the front view first of all, and let's apply the look cut over here. Let's select this object and jump into the edit mode, apply Control R, leave it, and then apply the Control B. So bevel something like this one. Okay, it's going good. Again select the face, and now press Shift and D. Now make it P and selection, so it's a different now. Come out over here, select this, jump into that, and now let's make a selection over here. Press 2, select the bottom loop, G and Z, take a little bit up, something like over here. Okay, it's good enough. Now let's select this loop over here and press G and Z, and our snapping is on, so it's properly getting over here. Then now E and extrude and leave it, then again G and Y, so it will be going something like this one. Okay, now it's good. Let's see it, how much is gone. Let's come out over here, so it's going good. You can see that. Let's select this object, it's going good over there. Yes, it's nice. Now what we want to do, we are just applying one more loop. Let's select that and apply the one loop over here. So okay, I'm just going to apply something like over here only. Yes, it's nice. Now what I want to do, I want to just create a select everything, and then Alt E, extrude face along normals, and let's take it a little bit out over here. And then what we have to do, just apply the offset even, and let's see how much is getting out. It's too much, so let's make it a little bit lesser, something like this. Okay, you can see that. And now what I will do, I will just select the 3 and Alt and this faces. Okay, it's selected, and I'm just going to select this face also, Shift. Okay, it's also good, and let's make it plus. Okay, so from here what I will do, I will just going to make it something like a separate from over here. So let's make separate from over here. So what we will do, just P and apply the selection to make it separate, tab, and let's select this one only and just jump over there. Okay, and what we can do over here, so yes, we have to just select this face, and we have to select this face also, Control Z, this side face also. Okay, so we have selected these two faces, then press Alt E and extrude faces along normal. So let's take it out from over here, something like this. Okay, it's good enough, looking nice. Let's look out over here. Yes, it's look good. Now what I need, I want to apply some bolts on this one also. So for that what we can do, we can select one of that main bolt property over here. Let's select this. Okay, let's jump into the edit mode, or yes, we can apply this modifier on this one now, so we don't need to change it. So let's go into this one, and okay, sorry, we just want to apply this modifier, so we have just applied this one. Now we can select P and separate selection. Let's jump into the edit mode, A, P, and separate by the loose part. So now if you can see over here, we have the separate part over here. So we can, what we can do, we are just going to select these two bolts from over here and then make a Shift D. Okay, then what we want to do, we want to just make R and Y axis and rotate 90 degree over there. Okay, so let's see it where. Okay, and then press G and Z. So now you can see that where are they? Okay, they are a little bit up over here. So what we will do, we are just placing the object, set origin to geometry. So now they are into the center. Now what we can do, we can just apply over here. So let's jump into the top view, then G and which axis? This is the X axis. Okay, G and X axis. So let's move something like this. Okay, it's enough. Now let's again move, just go into the side view. Okay, again onto the 3 and then G and Z. Let's take it down a little bit over here. Okay, now you can see that it's over here. Then press G and Y, take it a little bit back over there. Let's make a scale little bit as, and I'm just not applying into the Z axis but into the X and Y axis. We are going to make it a scale over there. Okay, let's make a zoom. So now you can see that it's settled in proper way. So we can take a little bit lower side. Okay, done. So you can see that it's look amazing and beautiful. Just we want to shift them little bit ahead into the y-axis. So that's G and Y. Let's take a little bit ahead. Okay, so you can see that we have almost creating our lock over there. Now we want to apply one more cylinder over here. So for that, what I'm just going to select this object. Let's select the face of that object. Okay, what I can do, yes, just select the edge of this object. Now just press shift S and cursor to select it. Now convert into the object mode, create shift A and just create one cylinder over here. Where is the cylinder? Yes, here is the cylinder. Let's make it a rotate R Y 90 degree. Okay, and then what we do, S shift X, and let's make it a smaller over here, almost something like this, much smaller, almost like over here. And then press S and X. Let's make something smaller, something like over here. Let's make it a zoom little bit over here. Come out. Okay, you can see that. Let's make S and shift X, much more thinner we need it, guys. Okay, and now we want to apply G and Y. Let's make it a little bit into the Y axis. Okay, then G and Z, let's take a little bit down over here. Okay, we have to notice that it should not be interacting with this main body part. Okay, so now you can see that it's look good enough. Now we have to just select this one, right click and apply the shade smooth on this one. Just come over here and apply something like this. So it's looking good now. Now we are just selecting this face almost over here. Then tab and apply the loop cut over here. Control B, and you can see that something like over here almost. Okay, then Control R again over here and press Control B and take it something like almost something. Okay, it's good. And then select 2 again, press Alt and this loop and GG and take it a little bit down over here. Then select this loop and press GG and take it a little bit down here also. So now it's looking good enough. Now what I want to do, I want to select this face 3 and X and delete the faces. So I want to delete this face, then select the insert face and press X and again delete that face. Now just select the edge selection mode on and then press Alt and this edge and Shift and Alt on this page and then right click and bridge edge loop. So we have filled over something like that one over there. Now what we can do, just come out over here. So you can see that we have a beautiful and little bit amazing knob on this one. You can apply some more loop cuts if you require something, but I am leaving like that one. Now what I need something like a hook where it's settled over there. So for that again we have to create a cylinder. So I can use this cylinder, press shift and D and you can see that, and then G and Y axis, let's take it over here, then press S and make little bit bigger, almost like something that, and then again S and X, not X axis, let's make it little bit smaller over here. Okay, and let's make it again small, little bit smaller over there. Come on over here onto the front view. Okay, G and Z, let's take it something like over here. Again S and let's make little bit smaller, much more smaller. Okay, then G and little bit Z up over here, almost something like this, and then S and X axis. Okay, is going good. So you can see that it's settled on this area also. Now we can directly put inside this one. So let's, or if you want to make it half, you can make it half also. So let's jump into the edit mode and press into the right view, and what we can do, just make a little bit zoom. Okay, and press apply Alt and Z, and what I will do, I will just going to select something like this one and then X, and let me delete the vertices from over here. So now you can see that we have the half of the circle. Now what I will do, I will just select everything, then Alt and E, extrude face along the normals. Okay, so we are just going to extrude the faces along the normals, something like this. Okay, it's good. Now what we want to do, we are just going to stick it with over here. So let's come out over here, come into the side view, let's G and Y axis and let's take it a little bit in. So now you can see that it's properly settled over here. You can take it a little bit more in if you require. So G and Y, something like this one over here. So you can see it's really lighting good, and maybe we can make it smaller also. So let's make it a small something like this. Okay, So you can see that our almost the door lock is ready, or we can take the weapon crate lock is ready. Now we want to apply something more over here, which is the two hinges over there. So we are going to follow the same procedure which we have used over here. So I will do it very fast and come back. Okay, so now you can see that, guys, our backside also ready, which is with the hinges. And now you can use the three different hinges, or you can use a single hinge. That's each and everything up. So before creating to the handle, we are just giving some better look to this weapon crate. So first of all, I'm going to select this one. Let's jump into the edit mode, apply Control R over here and leave it like this one, and then Control B to almost something. Let's increase loops inside that one, and let's something almost we want to manage something like this one. Okay, it's good. Now what we can do, we are just going to select the faces like something like Alt and this face. Let's select the face selection on. First of all this one, and then Shift Alt this one, and then Shift Alt this one. Okay, it's looking nice. Then press I to insert. Okay, let's take I to insert, and let's press I again. So it could be individual over there. So okay, not like this. Okay, almost something like options over here. Okay, it's good. You can see that over here. And then what we can do, Alt E, extrude faces along normals. So let's take it little bit in, something like this one. And now we can see that. Let's come out from over here. So yes, it's look good even. And let's make it Control Z again, Control Z, Control Z, and then let's make it a scale into the okay, let's make a scale down over here. Okay, let's see it again. So yes, it's look good enough. You can see that it's really nice. Let's undo first of all again one more time, and then scale into the Z axis. Not like this. First of all, let's select the individual origin over here. It's almost there, and scale into the Z axis. Okay, something like that. And then again scale into the X axis. Okay, good enough. And then S into the Y axis. Okay, something like this. Okay, so now you can see that it's look really amazing. Let's come out from over here. So we have something good look enough over here. You can see, so really nice work, and you can see it's settled really amazingly, and we have our handle also settled properly over there. You can see that it's amazingly settled over here also. So it is also looking nice. Now let's create our handle to just carry our weapon crate. So first of all, what I will do, just jump into the side view and press Shift A, mesh, and I'm going to create a plane, then R, Y, and 90 degree. Okay, then just jump into the edit mode, select this edge, and then X, and let's delete the edge from over here. So you can see that it's really going good. Let's come into the front view again, and let's select A, and then G and Z, something almost like over here, and then G and X axis, sorry, Y axis. Let's come something and almost take it a little bit center, and the S and Y. So let's make it a little bit smaller from over here. Okay, then S and Z axis, or sorry, G and Z axis. Let's take it a little bit up, something like over here. Okay, then press A, Control A. Let's come out over here, Control A, and apply the scale on this one first of all. Now let's jump into the edit mode again and select into the vertex mode. Now let's select this, and let's select this, and then extrude. Sorry, we are going to do it by one. So let's jump into the 3 again, a side view, select this E, and extrude something like into the Y axis. And we have to manage in proper way. It's not going that much of far away. Select this not sorry, Control Z, select this E and into the Y axis again. So let's select something like this one. Almost we want to make a similar. It should not be exact, but it should be similar, something like that. Let's jump into the top view. Now let's select this and let's select this anchor point also, and then E extrude and into the X axis, something like over here. Not that much bigger. Okay, done. Now what we want to do, we are just going to select this, this and this, then press Control Shift and B from over here, and let's apply. Let's make a little bit lesser. Okay, 4, that's good, and let's make something bigger, almost like this one. Done. And then we are just going to select this vertex and let's select Y shift, and then again Control Shift and B, and let's take a little bit smaller, not much more over there like we have applied on other side. So okay, it's looking good enough. Let's come out from over here, and now just right click and convert to the curves to that, and jump into the geometry option. So you can jump into the curve and curve into the geometry option. In geometry you have the bevel option, and let's increase something like this. So you can see that you are getting such kind of amazing handle, rounded handle. Let's make it a right click and convert it into the shade smooth over there. You can see that, and just jump into the, okay, it's nice enough. And now what we want to, we want to just fill up something over here. So let's tab and okay, it's looking good. So we have to select the, okay, it's nice, and fill the caps over here. So it should be cap should be filled over here. Now what we want to do, we want to apply it over here. So let's come into the side view. Okay, and then jump in G and Z axis. So come something, sorry, not Z, then G and X axis. Let's take a little bit back, but we have to notice that it should not be touch inside, almost like this one. Then again press A selection on, then G, sorry, G and Z, and just we have to stick like this one. So you can see that it's going good and it's sticking properly. Now what we need, we want to handle it over here. So first of all, let's G and Z axis take a little bit down something over here. Yes, you can see that it's look good. And now we want to fix it over here. So with the help of some angles over here, we can fix it over there. So what we can do for that, we have to create a one cylinder for this one. So let's create a shift A mesh, and then I'm going to create a one cylinder over here. And first of all, let's R, Y and 90 degree, we have to rotate it, then make it a scale. Okay, and we want to rotate R, Z and 90 degree. Okay, then take it, just jump into the side view like something like this one. Then G and Z, let's take it little bit above, almost like that, and then S, and we need into the shift Y, and let's make it a scale down something like over here. Okay, let's come over here. Okay, it's good enough. You can see that. Let's jump into the, yes, it's going good. Now what we need, S and Y axis, we want to make it a smaller something like this. Okay, and then press Alt and Z over here, tab, jump into over here in the side view. Let's make it a little bit zoom. Okay, and let's delete this area X, and let's delete the vertices from over here. Okay, you can see that. Now we have to rotate it again. So R, Z and 180 degree. Sorry, let's jump back on this one. A, R, Z, 180 degree. Okay, it's good enough. You can see that over here. Then press G, and which axis? This is the Y axis. Let's move it into the Y axis, something like this. Okay, and then onto the top view, let's move G and X axis over like something. Okay, and let's see that, yes, it's covering the handle almost like this. Then Alt E, extrude faces along normals. So it has some kind of thickness over here. Okay, and let's make it a scale down little bit. Okay, let's press A, S, and scale it little bit, something like this. Okay, and then yes, it's going good. Let's G and little bit Z axis. Let's make it a scale little bit more. Alt Z. So you can see that it fixed, but it's overlapping on this one. So let's press tab and select this one, and let's lower the thickness of this one. So let's press shift and make a thickness little bit lower over here. So now you can see that it's properly settled, and we want to duplicate it. So let's select that, press shift D and move it into the y-axis, something like over here. Let's jump into the side view so you can see that it properly, and then G and Y again, so it will be look in proper way. So now you can see that we have the handle over here. Let's select both of them, and then G and X axis little bit in. Okay, so now you can see that we have fixed our handle also over here, and the baggage is correctly done over here. But first of all, what we want to do, we want to sweep these also. So first select this, and first of all shift S, cursor to the world origin. We want to mirror this thing, and now select this one, and again press shift S, cursor to, okay, not cursor to world origin, but now select this, control Z, control Z. Okay, now select this, then object, set origin, origin to object, set origin, origin to 3D cursor. Select this one, object, set origin, origin to 3D cursor. Again select this, object, set origin, and origin to 3D cursor. Now what we can do, we are just going to select this one, and we are going to apply the modifier on this one. So apply the mirror modifier on this, and we have to shift onto the different X. So let's apply the Y axis over here, not Y but almost a Z axis, so it's on this side. Now select this one and this one, and then lastly this one. So what we can do, press control L and copy modifiers. Let's see where it is going. So we have to change for both of them. So let's come and select this first of all. Okay, and let's see the y-axis, it's come over here. So you can see that. Let's hide from the Z. So now we have the both the options over here. One more we need. So let's see that again, which one is not over there. Okay, let's convert into the Y. So now you can see that both are over here amazingly, and our carrot is ready. You can see that we have the handles over there, and we have the our knobs and beautiful design of our weapon crate. Is take a little bit time, but for the beginner and intermediate, you should understand how to use such kind of thing and create a beautiful output from with the help of that one. Let's apply the matte cap on this one. So let's jump over here. I'm going to apply, first of all, let's do that, apply the shadow and cavity. I'm just going to apply the shadow and cavity on this one, and then just like jump over here and apply the matte cap over here. Let's create over there, and I'm just going to choose something like okay, you can see that it's look really amazing. Let me hide the overlays, so you can see that it's really looking amazing. I hope you learned something nice and useful from this tutorial. So click onto the like button, share this tutorial with your friends, and subscribe the channel, and also comment how much you learn from my tutorial, so it will inspire me. Thank you very much. Stay safe and enjoy your day, guys. Goodbye.